I'll bring it up. In the beginning, while everybody's doing it. What's up, everybody? All right, episode 171. We have been doing this for 171 hours, Bobby. That's a lot.
More than that. Some of them are spilt over.
171 hours. I mean, what an accomplishment, you know? I mean, I never thought it would be like this, and we're so blessed to have this community and these friends that we've made really kind of across the world. And tonight we have Kacee Paige, which is also one of our friends, great supporter in the community. What an accomplishment! She's also part of our Discord chat, so she's in there. And by the way, Discord chat, if you haven't heard of it, it is a invite only. We don't deal with no bull crap. So like in apprentices, you're safe with your questions. Everybody's safe. Ask questions, show what you're working on. We don't deal with any crap. If there is any, I think it happened like once out of like 2 years or so. It's happened once. We just keep the guy out. That was it. So great place, positive people, lots of help.
If you want to get in, you can DM me. I'll send you the link. You can DM Brian too. Yeah, you might be waiting a couple days.
We'd love to get you in. Yeah,
get you in. It's a forum. It's for the older guys. It's basically just a sprinkler forum. Ask your questions. Don't get harassed. Appreciate everybody coming in. As you come in, please hit the like button. If you haven't, subscribe. That's the easiest way, and it's free to support, to like and subscribe. Kacee, last time we had you was 149. Oh, I see a cat.
Sorry.
Episode 149. And now we're back on 171?
171.
171. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Let's talk about. Oh, hold on, Florencio. Yo, what up? I wasn't starting the show until you texted me and said it's showtime. So that was the hold up, Flo. It was your fault. We're late a little bit. Big Country, Garrick, what's up? Chad's here. Florencio's shouting out to Chad. So we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna pass this off so you can talk about, make it a little bit better. But health in the trades and how it's mostly just like. Beer and cheeseburgers, and like, the guys are like, oh, most of the guys, not like Chad and Brian, but the majority of people in construction, including myself, will say, oh, I'm up and down the ladder, I'm carrying pipe, I don't have to go to the gym. It's like, health is kind of on the back burner, I guess, in the trades, and we want to change that. We got to get the average life expectancy of a construction worker higher, and that's by being healthier in your younger years. So maybe you can. Let's talk about this a little bit better in your way.
Yeah, so you brought it up, and it was actually, you just said it too, like you're up and down the ladder, but like given your history, Bobby, like I know your backstory, if you had kept with that lifestyle, what do you think your career expectancy would have been? Like how would you have gotten up and down the ladder? Like,
and for how long?
It was bad. So during the heavy drinking days, like I was sore, and I always used to blame it on like, oh, I work hard, like 'cause that's why my shoulder's jacked up, and my hip, like I always had, my hip would always bother me, and all that pain went away when I stopped freaking binge drinking every day.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, just like replace it with alcohol with water, and my body, like, I'm not sore anymore. And so it wasn't
big of a difference.
I've never been really much of a sleeper.
All right.
He only sleeps like 4 hours. He shuts his eyes, wakes him up. He's all right, I'm ready to go.
When I was drunk, I used to think that I was sleeping well, but I was always tired.
You were just passed out.
And I'd be one of the ones that'd be like, oh, and I'd allot my time 8 hours to make sure I was horizontal in my fluffy old bed, but I would be tired. I'd wake up tired. Like I would lay there for 8 hours, but I don't know if I was sleeping because I was drunk. And now I can sleep for sleep like a solid 4 or 5 hours, and I feel refreshed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, so the whole premise of this, right? Like something that the three of us have been working on for how many months would you say now? Like 5?
Yeah, a very long time.
Yeah, since
the
holidays, right?
Of course, Kacee, with your guidance,
Right.
So we kind of just got talking about our life story and like the things we're interested in, and obviously the three of us are still like very passionate about fire protection and the industry in general, and obviously like the longevity of the people in the trades, right? The people in the field. Something we recognize is obviously construction trades overall aren't known for being the healthiest, right? It's all convenience meals, it's lack of sleep, lack of hydration, even you're skipping meals, you're not working out, you're not doing things for recovery, you're just overall not taking care of yourself under
Shit.
the guise
Stop
that,
singling me
well, I'm up and
out.
down the ladder
No.
all day. I'm lugging heavy shit all day. Um, we're allowed to curse, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We're not
so
controlled by
it's
anybody.
under the guise of that. And obviously, with the majority of the workforce, we all know tradespeople are in high demand, with the majority of the workforce slated to retire within the next 5 to 10 years. What are we going to do when it comes time for fitters? Like, what are we going to do when it's time to bring in the next generation? We're already having a hard enough time bringing in the next gen, right? And as business owners, if anybody in here is a business owner, you're having a hard enough time finding workers, but what are you going to do to support them, especially with the younger generation coming in and being more aware of, hey, I don't want a job that negatively impacts my health. I don't want a job that's going to kill me before I need to, before my time's over, right? I still want to go to the gym. I still want to take care of myself. So obviously the trades, we have a very overindulgent culture. Um, and with that comes substance abuse and mental health issues as well. So, how can business owners kind of support that coming up? As well as, so there have been national surveys that have been put out by, say, like the CDC or NIOSH, that are centered around just the trades, right? No industry specific, just trades. Our goal is to put out a survey specific to fire protection to see where we rank across those trades. Do we fall above the average? Are we below the average? And how do we, as people that are passionate about the industry, bring something to the attention of the industry that everybody kind of knows about, but nobody talks about, to say, hey, look, this is a widespread issue. And if we don't start addressing it, you're not going to find the help that you need. And you're investing all this money when you hire someone. How are you going to get the most out of your investment? And if we can get a phase two and, pie in the sky goals and partner with maybe like a public health department at a
Yes.
university or something, that can run the analytics a little bit deeper, see if there's a direct correlation between these health and wellness habits and, convenience meals, lack of sleep, recovery, whatever, and actual career longevity, right? Because what's kind of the career path for fitters, right? We go fitter, maybe you go into project management, maybe you go into estimating, but chances are if you go fitter and your body starts failing on you, where do you go? You go inspections, right? Unless you're Brian and
Yeah.
don't want to get his hands dirty.
Yeah. I did it for like a decade, Casey.
Go easy on him. Go easy on him.
And I do miss it. I do miss it. When I see a valve I can reset, I get all excited.
Tell me if that's better, guys.
Yeah, so that's kind of
Move
the
some shit around.
premise, right? Um, we're hoping to launch that survey in the next couple of weeks and then do the analytics and put together a presentation with anticipation of presenting at a national convention this year. I'm not going to say which one, but hopes of
I'm gonna
presenting
I'm gonna
nationally.
call him. I'm gonna get this happening.
Yeah.
You know who you are. I'm gonna call you.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
awesome.
let's yeah, I think this is a big problem, and if we don't change it, who's going to? And because there's
Right.
nothing out there right now. So I think we need to create this and then add it to the dope and take movement and get not just fire protection healthier, but also other trades. Now, could we go over like some healthy options for like the fitters? For like example, when I was an inspector and a fitter, I didn't have a microwave, so I ate like cold chicken. And then
Okay.
when I was a helper, I had rules. I was only able to do it once. So I brought, as y'all say, salmon. Uh,
As we say,
salmon. I put
as we
As we
say.
yeah.
say,
So
as
All
everybody
right. Say
says.
it your
yes,
way.
you say
Say it your way.
salmon.
Oh my
Salmon. I've been
God.
saying that my whole life. Chat. Which is it? Is it which is it? Am I wrong? If the
Yes.
chat just all
We don't.
says I'm wrong, then I
No.
guess I'm wrong.
I don't
Come
even need
on,
to
one
know
of
the
y'all.
chat.
Now be honest though. Be
You do
honest.
not
Yeah.
pronounce the L, brother.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not,
Freaking English,
I
man.
didn't
Freaking
graduate with a
English.
4.0 GPA, but I'm telling you right now, that L is supposed to be silent. You don't say salmon. Is
Like
that a
life.
guy on a boat? Huh?
It's crazy
Oh
because like
shit.
in Spanish, every letter makes a sound and it's there for a reason. And then in English, tons of words is like
You
you just
know,
have to know it.
you already know
You just have to
English.
know it.
Stop trying to
Yeah,
unlearn it, dude.
English is your first language, Brian.
Yeah, I know, but like salmon, I've been saying it that way in Georgia my whole life.
Well, you've been
Didn't
wrong.
think it was wrong. Well,
It's because you're
it's good
tall.
to learn new
You're
things.
you're, t- you're tall. You're charming. They just don't want to tell you that, like, hey, bud, you're saying that wrong,
Yeah,
right?
we'll just let that one slide. It's like it's okay. It's a little
Yeah,
special. Sorry. Let's
yeah.
move
The
on.
chat. The chat. Don't read the chat, bro. They're gonna let you down. So definitely don't pronounce the L. It's got to be a Georgia thing. We good? Everybody, we're running off the we're
Maybe.
running off I'm running off the hotspot. The new hotspot. I love this coming through. I did have it like kind of jammed behind everything. So I have it out.
The
She's out.
hotspot's
She's
awesome.
out in the open
Game
now.
changer.
It's plugged in. It looks like it's good on my end. So if it's not, just let us know. We're going to continue back with the salmon story. Go ahead, Brian. Take it away.
Yeah, so I would have salmon, whatever, the fuck it is, in my lunchbox. And my father, who was my foreman for several years, he was like, "You can't have that anymore."
Minutes.
Yeah.
And so you don't eat anything up until there, and then right at 10 you have a C4. That's it. That will get you till dinner time. That's the healthy way to do it. It's
Right.
called fasting, right, Kacee?
So to my
Sure.
to my point of view of nutrition, Casey, you could definitely weigh in on this. It does not really matter when your meals are, as long as you're getting your, let's say, nutrition in and your calories and all the things
For
you
the
need
average person, correct. You don't want
daily.
to major in the minors, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will say the majority of people, like, they need to focus primarily on food quality, proper food quantity, and making sure they're eating their vegetables. I know we heard it all the time as a kid, but like, it's really
Well,
important.
it's because it's
Oh,
a
in the
raw.
chat, pizza combos, hell yeah.
It's because it's a raw food,
What
right?
is
So
it?
so aren't the excuse me the raw foods are the good ones, and like a pepper or a cucumber. It grows. You pick it and you eat it. It's raw. It's no. There's not anything that's processed whatsoever, and that's really what
Right.
you're looking for, right? You have a
Hmm.
piece of red meat. I mean, obviously it might have been butchered. I doubt that you butchered the cow yourself, but at least when you get it to you, it's a piece of meat. It's less processed than like pizza combos that are made in a factory or Cheez-Its or any of that stuff. Even though
Right.
I love
But again, like
Cheez-Its.
we were talking before the show started, everything in moderation, right? But
Yes,
the majority of people have to focus on quality first.
like at a Juneberry. This is Becky's favorite, so I throw a couple in every now and then. This is my healthy. Took a day off of C4, had a couple Red Bulls. I'll be back on the C4 tomorrow. So I was just trying to be
Yeah,
healthy
Bobby,
for
you're a
the
little
show.
glitchy, dude.
What?
You're a little glitchy, but we hear you.
Yeah. You're just moving so
Yeah.
fast
So
because of the Red Bull.
Should I slow down a little bit?
You're here. I'm gonna need you to be here.
yeah. But you sound good, so all good there. Now, I think what's more important than food, now please tell me if I'm wrong, but
I
I
will.
think majority of us, I want to say 90% of us are dehydrated throughout the
Oh
day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
I was feeling that the other day.
so I sat down with a nutritionist at a doctor and I had all my labs done and everything and I thought I was hydrated and she was like, "You're dehydrated." I was like, "How is
Mhm.
that possible?" And she told me to like I need to use some salt, like some mineral
Yeah.
salt in the morning,
So it's
just a
possible
pinch.
to, yeah, so it's possible to drink too much water, and then what you're actually doing is flushing all
Like
the
yeah,
minerals and everything out of your body, and your body can't like retain it. Um, but obviously most people, so in the cold weather, when your skin gets dry, that's because you're losing hydration and your skin can't like retain it, right? So we don't necessarily sweat as much in the winter. Um, I mean, obviously you can, right?
right.
But you lose moisture through your skin because the air is drier. So
Mhm.
um, drinking water in the winter is super important for that. But in the summertime when we're sweating, especially for the guys out in the field and the women out in the field that are fitting, if you're a salty sweater, right? So like if your face is sweating and you lick and it tastes salty, like you're a salty sweater. That's when you really need to start really considering replenishing electrolytes and making sure that it's a quality. electrolyte supplement and not something that's like
Yeah,
loaded with sugar. Um,
exactly. No, like my electrolyte container, I could share it on Instagram, the one I use, but it has 1 gram of sugar.
yeah. I mean, mine has zero, but it's fine.
Oh,
Um,
They're saying we're glitchy. I don't. This
um,
thing's fucking full. This thing's full bar, maxed out. Is it lying to me?
but
maybe just you.
could be just you.
Well, if it was just me, I mean, then it's everything because everything's going through me. But this thing says full bars. Let's test and see what the speed is.
Um,
Give it a second. Let me see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, we're Gucci. So I got 200 download.
one of these cats is gonna hop up with me at some point. But look, like this dude.
Yeah, that's
I got
cool.
30
Just
They need their
upload.
mama, huh? They need your mama.
Yeah,
what?
anyone who has it was glitchy, just hit the refresh button. I fixed it. You guys are just still stuck in the glitch. It's not me, it's you. All right, go.
Stuck in the Matrix.
Yeah, we're good. It was glitchy, and if you don't refresh it, seems better. Yeah, I got the hotspot. It's floating right here. Stay still. I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best I can. We were talking about Brian not knowing how to say the word salmon.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
And
so
water
hydration,
intake, yeah.
right? So going back to that, honestly, a rule of thumb that we've all heard is drink 8 glasses of water a day. Um, but for everybody here, like 100 ounces minimum is gonna be what's like
A day. That's
super
hard.
important.
That's a lot of water,
It's a lot
dude.
of water.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of water. Like if you have to wake up and
It's
just
almost a gallon.
yeah, you got to wake up and just like try to put down 64 to just get a head
And
start on
then
the
you're
day.
peeing like every
Yeah.
what, 10 minutes, and then your foreman is yelling at you like, what are you doing? Why are you
Ah,
taking
Honestly,
so
I
many
will
breaks?
say
the
though,
dope and tape
so
show said
like
100
and
ounces.
obviously everybody's different. Like when I started drinking water in like large quantities, if you're chronically dehydrated, it sounds counterintuitive, but your body actually retains water, and that's why like you kind of feel puffy and like anybody that wears a ring, if you're dehydrated, especially like if you go out at night drinking, right? Like you're puffy, you're inflamed, it's because you're dehydrated.
Mm.
So when you start drinking water, you're going to be peeing more because your body wants that homeostasis. It wants to maintain balance. So it'll just start shedding that like excess water. Which is why like when you are hydrated and well rested, you wake up, you're like, I'm feeling lean today.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel good. Um, so drinking 100 ounces of water, yes, it's a lot, but there's tricks, right? So like one of them I try to do before I have coffee in the morning because coffee is a diuretic, makes you pee. It's like an appetite suppressant. Caffeine does that, right? What I try to do is drink 8 ounces of water, which like 8 ounces of water isn't much. So drinking 8 ounces of water when you're making your coffee, like you're waiting for it to be made anyway,
Mm-hmm.
right? Drink that 8 ounces of water. Now
I
you
do
only
the
got
same
one cup.
thing.
You
I
got
do
one
the
cup
same
in you,
thing every
right? Like,
morning while I'm doing my coffee, and then I add like a pinch of salt, mix it up, and then I just down it.
yeah,
And then I get my
like
coffee.
so
First
you're
thing.
like, okay, you're 1 cup in. Good. Like if we're saying 100 ounces, you're looking at 12 cups of water, right? 96, call it a day. So, another thing is like everybody's in the truck going job site to job site, right? Like carry a gallon jug with you. Go get a Poland Spring gallon at the gas station. You know you're stopping there to get your zins anyway.
That's the
Like
easiest way to do it is the gallon for me. To have it all at
have a
once. Have
gallon.
it all at once. Like,
Guess what
oh,
you do at
almost
every
done.
red light? You know what you do at every red light?
Get out and pee.
Couple
Take a
chugs,
sip.
Oh,
right?
drink. Okay.
Call it the red light chug. Do a couple chugs, right?
And then the next
All
red
right,
light,
add a couple
you're
more
gonna
in
have to
me.
jump out and pee though at one of those red lights.
But that's the thing is when you start drinking more water, like yes, volume in, volume out, but it won't be as frequent. Obviously, everybody's different, but it won't be as frequent.
And so if you throw in like a
And
Gatorade,
honestly, if the worst thing you're doing is peeing,
right? Well, that's good. You're it's getting flushed out. So what if you throw in a
yeah.
Gatorade? Then can you do like 85 ounces of water?
Well, I
So it's really
mean,
like
Gatorade
fluids,
has,
right? Like when you start talking
You
about
want
other
electrolytes, don't
fluids.
you?
What's that?
Don't we want like electrolytes too? We don't just want just water.
Well, yes, right? Especially if you're like a salty sweater, right?
Okay, that's what you get the electrolytes. What you're saying.
So
Tips to build up the immune system. I got a gnarly cold and it's kicking my ass.
follow my Instagram page at your nutrition page. I actually posted something a couple months back about building up immunity.
Electrolytic.
Um, so like really you want fluids, right? So you could drink a seltzer. You could drink an
Mm.
unsweetened iced tea. You could drink, black coffee. You
All
like
right.
obviously coffee is a diuretic. I'm not saying get
Yeah, but
all
I'm
of your
drinking
fluids.
seltzers and I'm drinking black coffee. I'm good.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
not
my
saying get all
seltzers,
of
our
your
water
fluids.
beers.
Water beers.
Don't get all of your fluids from coffee, right? Like you still want primarily water, but you got your water, you got your seltzer, you've got anything unsweetened, right? Like truly unsweetened. No sugars, no
No
sugar alcohols,
aspartame.
like truly unsweetened. Um, put flavors in your water, right? Like anything like that. Um, herbal teas, like at night, I have tea before bed because I'm an 80-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Um, like an herbal tea, like that all counts.
Like a sleepy
Now the
tea?
puppy has joined us. What's that?
A sleepy, like it makes you sleepy?
Sleepy time tea.
Sleepy
So
time
when I
tea. Okay.
travel, at Target, you can get these lime packs, which it's just lime. That's the only ingredient, but it's like in a powder. So you open it, and I get carbonated water, and I just pour the lime pack in there, and then
It's lime. Hold
I
on. It's
love it.
lime powder.
Yeah, but the ingredients is just lime,
Hmm.
and it tastes like lime
Hmm.
Why don't you just use lime?
because I'm traveling.
How do they make
I can't
lime into
just
powder?
go. I don't know.
Are
I
they,
don't know.
They
I
probably
never asked them.
dehydrate it and pulverize it.
huh.
Mhm. But it works. But
Powdered
yeah, I'm not
lime.
gonna travel, at the airport, pull out my
Right.
line and
I
start
mean, the
and
biggest thing too is, again, I said majoring in the minors. Like a lot of people think that like a supplement's going to be their answer, that there's some sort of magic pill, that this is the end all be all, I need to do this, and this is the epitome of health and wellness. And like, while those things might not be harming you, my counter argument to that is if there was a magic pill, don't you think everybody would have done it at this point? Everybody would have known about it, and the health and fitness industry would be bankrupt.
Boom. No, but
Mhm.
you take vitamin. You gotta take vitamins, right?
So, a supplement, right? Vitamin is considered a
Yeah,
supplement.
I take a lot of supplements.
A supplement is anything that you're not getting, right? So it's something to enhance and fill in the gaps, right? When we think supplements, we typically think like a protein powder, we think like maybe a creatine, we think
I'm
B12,
thinking of
work
ten.
fish
I'm
out,
thinking
oils,
like
BCAA, right?
multivitamin.
10,000
I
IUs
think,
of vitamin D3. I take my 1,000 of C,
yeah.
my
But here's the
E.
thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Have you gotten blood work and your doctor said you need those?
No.
So I got
But
blood work and I get my blood work done regularly. I actually
Yeah.
got blood work done today and they never mentioned, except for like D, right? Like
Hmm.
you're, deficient
well,
in vitamin D. I
that's
think
the big thing is D.
everybody's
They say like
deficient in D.
90% of the world is deficient
Yeah.
in D
So
because you
Yeah.
get none
I
from
take
dairy and you get barely
vitamin
any
D.
from sun unless you're out there
Right.
naked.
Right.
So like I just like
So,
10,000
well,
IUs
that's
a
the
day.
thing, right? Like, what are your multivitamins filled with? It's your vitamin A, your vitamin K, your vitamin C, like your iron, all of those, right? Where else can you get those?
Steak, food. I don't know.
Whole foods,
Whole foods. Yeah.
minimally processed foods. So if you're eating well and you're getting those through your diet,
Mm,
why do I need to take a pill?
mm, it's true. You're right. What am
Right?
I?
So
What
a
am I gonna
lot of
eat? What am I
people,
gonna eat to get vitamin D though? Right?
there's a couple different foods. I mean, again, primarily a lot of people, especially up in the Northeast, are vitamin D deficient just because there aren't a ton of foods with it, or they're not like high vitamin D. Again, we don't drink a ton of milk,
You got to
and
be
some,
drinking like unfiltered
right,
milk from the cow
right.
to get the
And
vitamin D.
there's less sunlight, right? We're not getting it from the sun. So vitamin D is one of those that like I'm not gonna say everybody, I'm not gonna blanket statement it, like don't take something unless your doctor tells you. But at the end of the day, like if you're not getting it through your food, then yeah, supplement it.
Flo thought he was gonna catch me slipping. Come on, Flo. I be drinking my frog fuel. I don't know if Casey's gonna like this, but it's protein powder energized liquid protein shots developed by Navy SEALs. So this has got
So I take
15 grams of protein, 22 amino acids, but then it also has caffeine in it.
uh,
Nice.
so I have a gel that I use when I run.
A what?
But it's a gel, but
Oh,
when I
gel.
run, so like every two
Definitely said
miles,
jail.
Definitely said jail.
gel. Yeah,
Yep.
gel.
What? Gel?
Gel.
GEL? Or
Gel.
you're going to jail? Damn, Georgia.
Listen.
I'm just gonna start calling you Georgia. Georgia.
So yeah, I think every like um 25, 30 minutes of the run, I'll hit a gel. Like if I'm doing a long run.
Yeah. So
I
I mean,
mean,
like, and
K-Town.
that's completely different than regular
but
nutrition,
yeah,
right?
but it's
Like
not good for me. Like if I'm not running, like that stuff's like I think it's like
it's
straight
straight
honey,
sugar.
pretty much. Yes.
There's a I
Ton
mean, like, honestly, you know what works just as well for intra running fuel?
I actually heard that like
Nerd
gummies,
clusters,
Nerd
nerd
gummy
clusters.
clusters.
worms,
And I
Swedish
heard
fish.
yeah, Swedish fish. Yeah, that's a big one.
Because in
To go
endurance, and
run.
again, we're completely getting off what
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
talk
Sorry.
about. But
My
like in
bad.
endurance sports, you want the quick sugars
Ooh. Okay.
because you need the energy.
Did you see K-Town C?
Or you'll crash.
He said vitamin water is all you need, guys. Forget about the fruits and vegetables.
Hmm.
And then Ryan says, so what you're saying is don't drink a 20-ounce Red Bull and get on a 25-foot lift? No, dude. You got to have one with you, like a road soda in the lift, just in case. So you drink one and then also have one. Then you're good to go.
So to kind of bring this back, I guess the question for everybody watching is when we put out this survey,
Mm.
who's going to take the 10 minutes to fill it
Yes.
out for us?
That's the
Yeah, to see
the
That's
big
what's
what we
thing.
really going on.
need.
And so
We need
we
the word of mouth and we need people to fill this out so we get the most accurate representation. And like, I know how we're all ball busters, right? We need no bullshit responses.
right. We're trying to get a real
I need like
survey.
everybody to take 10 to 15 minutes of like being serious
Right.
and answers. And it's completely anonymous, right? Because we're going to be asking about diet. We're going to be asking about sleep. We are going to briefly touch on chronic disease and mental health. So because it is medical-esque, like kind of towing that line, we want to make sure we're not violating anything, right? There will be an option to put in your name and your email to enter into a raffle. I'm going to be giving stuff away through my nutrition business. Brian and Bobby are going to be
Well,
giving something away as well. And then it's also a way for you to put your name in the hat if we do a second phase that's more involved, more detailed. So we really just need everybody to kind of show up.
Yeah,
yeah.
and I say we lightly because if you remember like school projects back in the day where like one person worked really hard and then there was two that were kind of just like, well Casey's the one that really worked hard on this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
Not us.
and although we vetted the questions, she came up with them and we went through them all and they're good questions and it's just going to give us, like she said in the beginning, a good base understanding of the health of our industry, not the construction industry, our industry.
Ours.
The fire
Because
protection industry. We're saving lives. Like we gotta
we're our own little niche of the
and
construction
just
trades.
right now, anyone.
Yeah.
What do we got? We got 10 people, and then you two. So just think of, and if you know one, a retired sprinkler fitter, and how healthy he must be. Like it's not like you don't think of like a bicycle hiking
An Iron Man.
fucking healthy guy when you
Yeah.
think of a retired sprinkler fitter, right? We're all picturing like a guy with a beard and the flannel, and he's got like a who's got a
Yeah.
cigar in his mouth and a beer in the cup holder. Like can change that.
I
I
mean,
think I heard
everybody
a
thinks, I
statistic
mean,
about the average life expectancy of a retired sprinkler fitter is less than 5 years. Is
that's
that
Whoa.
wild.
the average life expectancy? Because we beat our bodies up all these years, and then we
And then you
retire.
just stop.
Then we retire and we just stop, and everything just shrivels up. 75 hard is the answer. Yo, Brandon, what up, Brandon?
Brandon,
So
I'm
you're
gonna
saying that we
disagree with
need
you on
to
that.
we need to actually stretch before we go to work, huh?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah,
Practice what I say, not what I do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a stretch.
A body emotion stays emotion, right? Like mid-30s now, and it sure takes me over an hour to warm up for the gym.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't realize it.
Yeah, that's another thing that we are working hard. Well,
Hmm.
Well, he says, well.
like me.
He just
Well,
goes, well, me,
well,
this
but
fucker.
the industry, and I did when I was in the field. I worked hard.
Oh
I was
shit.
picking up iron pipes. I was doing drive outs. I was walking a lot. I
That
still went to the
honestly,
gym, but
that's the
you
biggest
know,
thing, right? Like people always say, like, oh, get your 10,000 steps, but getting daily movement, especially steps, does far more for you than working out. Like
Then hitting
obviously
the
working
bench
out has
press.
its time and its place.
Right.
You're going to see exponentially faster results and have a more of a long-term impact with just increasing your daily general movement.
I'm good for like I'm well over 10,000 steps a day. Like I'm in the fit like if I when I was back in the foreman days, I'd be like 25,000 steps every
Yeah,
day.
that's wild.
And so like I don't
That's
know,
almost a half marathon.
it's a lot of steps. Some of these little legs. I gotta take double the steps as a tall guy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I got 15,000 today.
I did not.
And so like I think that the gym for me, and I'm just me, but it's an artificial place for I think someone who doesn't have anywhere to get exercise. They don't move. Maybe they sit at the desk 10 hours a day. Maybe they don't have a job that has
Well,
any
it's
movement. So the
also it's
gym,
not like it's detrimental, right? Like it's still important to go because it has completely different benefits, especially resistance training.
right,
Unless you're someone that just like goes to the gym and does like the stair stepper and like a treadmill to get your daily movement in, like fine. But resistance training has its own time and place, right? Your best health insurance policy is to build muscle.
right, muscle, strength,
That is your
Absolutely.
best health
they
insurance
say like
policy.
your strength correlates with your longevity.
Absolutely.
And more studies are showing that. Like, there's a lot of studies that are coming out of like Harvard Medical and Stanford and other. Penn State did a study on that, and then all of them are supporting like muscles key.
Well, think about it, right? Like when you're 80, right? Like let's think of our parents' generation before us and the generation before them. Like 50 was considered old, right? And everybody's starting to like hunch over and not be able to walk. Let's think 80, right? So overall, as like a society, yes, we're still drastically overweight, but at least the standard life expectancy has gone up and 50 isn't considered old anymore. Um, so we'll say 80. When you're 80, like how many times have you heard people say, "Oh, well, my retirement house is going to be one level because I don't want to do stairs when I'm old."
Right. Why? Yeah.
But if you look at like the
Why?
blue
Because like a body
zones,
emotion stays emotion. If
right?
you keep
Exactly.
training that, like I get it, like
Climb those stairs.
aging is aging. I get it. But at the end of the day, like, why aren't you training things like stairs and squats, shoulder press, right? Like, I want to be able to put something into a cabinet and take something out of the cabinet when I'm 80 and not have it fall on my head and knock me out, right? Like, I want to be able to fall down when I'm that old and stand back up on my own accord and not have to press life alert, right?
Right. It's true.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to sit on the couch and just stand up instead of like,
Help me up.
right?
Yeah.
Help me up there, kid.
Yeah. I don't want to be a liability, especially like I'm married. Like I got a wife I got to take care of,
P, P,
I need
P.
to stay
Rick,
fit.
P. Rictus is here. Health in the trades is an oxymoron. 20 years of coffee, cigarettes, maybe 2 meals a day, and repeat. Hot chicks are hot. Stairs are dangerous for old people. It's true, but like if you just do them all the time and you keep that leg
Right. And like
muscle,
obviously I'm not saying like you should do them, but at the end of it was used as like an anecdote, right? Like
right?
you hear people when they're 40 or 50 start planning long term and go, "Oh, well, I don't want anything with stairs." Like I get it. Don't get me wrong. When I have to do laundry and go into my basement, I'm like,
Yeah, when you get one of those little chairs, you can just like go down there with the railing,
right?
with the
Yeah, but
laundry
like
basket.
at the end of the day, a body emotion stays in motion. If you train strength training and you keep that muscle in your younger years and you make that a key part of your life, you're going to avoid chronic disease. And speaking in generalities, obviously genetics and heredity and all of that plays into it. But if you stay active and build the muscle and develop the habits now, long term, it's not going to hurt you.
Right. It's only gonna
That's
help.
true.
It's only gonna help.
Like I've had clients come off of blood pressure medication. I've had clients whose health panels have improved drastically. I've had people that like their doctor's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I had a client who hadn't seen a friend in 5 years and her friend was like, "Oh, are you on Ozempic? Like you're getting the injections? Like you look great." And she was like, "No, I'm I'm doing it the right way, the
Right.
real
Yeah.
way."
It's awesome.
Obviously, again, time and place for everything. I'm not trying to shame anybody.
Al says you got to buy a farm, grow your own food, and have a few animals to chase around.
Sounds like it's the dream.
That does sound like a dream.
Give me
I
some
don't
baby
know.
goats.
Speak on. No, I
That's the
spent
dream.
summers on my grandfather's cattle farm, and then I had 10 acres for a while. I'm good. I'm good with the city. I'm good with people taking care of my yard.
No way. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah, dude.
The chickens
Man.
have brought like field mice, and we have cats. We got 4 cats, but they're not outdoor cats. Because we have like fisher cats and bobcats and mountain lions and
Hmm.
all types of shit that would eat my cats, my beloved cats. So it's like I told the wife
Yotes.
I told the wife I think we're ready for a like a rescue outdoor cat. Just like we
I'm
won't let
surprised
it
you don't have barn
we
cats or
won't let
just
it
like
in. That's what
ferals
I
that are
need.
hanging
Like
around if you
two
have
or
any
three.
money.
Like you'll get
Yeah,
like I want to
when we
adopt
had
like
the
a pregnant
farm,
cat. You need a
we
outside
had
cat, right?
outside cats. We had like 8 of them,
Oh
and
jeez, I don't need that fucking many.
they were going to
I just
work.
need like one or
I mean,
two.
See,
they stayed at the barn.
I've got like 3 or 4 in the neighborhood that I keep catching on my camera in the driveway every night.
Are you feeding them?
No,
Yeah, you are.
no,
They're
I'm
out there
not. I
hunting.
You could.
don't feed
You
feral
don't have to
cats.
lie to. You don't have
That
to
does
lie to
sound like
us.
something you would do, though.
Definitely
No,
like a
I
bowl
don't
of cat
feed
food on
feral
your front
cats.
porch. I don't
We
believe
did
you.
have Giuseppe once.
What?
We had Giuseppe. He was a cat that showed up and we did feed him because there was a snowstorm coming and he was the sweetest
Uh,
thing. But then we turned him into animal control and they found him a loving home.
Oh, did you bring him in the house?
We brought him in the basement. He was going to be our resident
Oh,
mouser.
oh, jeez. I don't, because
uh,
I don't want to bring him in because then if they pee, then all my cats will start peeing. I don't want no freaking
and if
Mm,
they're
cat.
not
yeah,
fixed, you got that problem.
They all
right.
start peeing. I'll send you some from California, Bobby. Too many out here, and they're vicious. No, no. A coal miner? My
Joe
dad.
Schaefer is in here. Thank you for the gear, Joe. Appreciate it.
Come to
I
our
wasn't gonna wear
cattle
the
and
hoodie
hog
today, but
operation.
I already wore it over the weekend, so I gotta wash it. But next show.
My dad was a coal miner, retired at 55 after he was on retirement for 5 months, and then had a massive heart attack and passed away. Damn, Daryl, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oof. Yeah, that's tough.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys work and they retire, and then their body's just like, what are we doing? Like, why aren't we going to work
So,
anymore?
yeah, let me give an example. And you know, I'm not gonna use any names, and it's kind of hard for me to say. But there, I was working with Pi Barker at the time, and I got a guy. He came from Miami up to Atlanta. I drove him on his first day. He was a foreman for new construction. Um, he had a family, and he was just super unhealthy. He ate bad. He had tons of energy drinks. I think he smoked cigarettes from time to time, but mainly like dipped. And he was up on the lift, had a heart attack, and then the coworker that I'm super close with found him, found him dead on the lift.
What a
That's
place to
wild.
die.
Yeah,
That's
had a heart
wild.
attack. But if he got his water in and he ate a little healthier and he got his movement in, it
Maybe.
wouldn't have happened. And he can go back, yeah, maybe,
Maybe.
depending on,
Maybe.
but odds are it'll be better and he'll be able to spend time, worst case scenario, longer with his family.
There's no time that's too late to start.
What about like that old lady that's on the internet and they were like, how'd you live so long? She's like, I had a Coca-Cola every day.
Everything in moderation. But correlation also does not equal causation.
Saying you got a lot of that. What are those called? Those like that's like a one-liner. It's like a
Yeah.
synonym. Or you got like an analogy. Coal miner. Why do you keep saying coal miner, Rictus? Shit, I have an extra charge to do any work. ITP. The city reminds me I live on land. Do you charge extra to go to the city, Al? I love that. That's such a good idea. Commie cats. Yeah, they got commie cats out in California. We don't want them. You keep them. They beat up the possums.
That's
Possums are like
those
docile.
are pretty cool.
Possums like look scary. If you've never seen one and that thing is pissed, it looks scary. But you could literally pick it up. It's
Yeah.
not gonna bite you. But it
They don't
looks
carry
like,
rabies.
huh?
They don't carry rabies.
No, I found one in the chicken coop. I have an automatic door that closes
Oh, they'll eat the eggs.
I have automatic door that closes at sundown and opens at sunrise, and so we got a little snow covers the solar panel. The door stays shut, so I'm looking out to see the chickens. I don't see them. I notice their door shut. I'm like, oh shit! I open the front door. There's a possum in there chilling with all of them.
Like
Chilling.
eating at you.
It didn't eat an egg. It didn't eat a chicken. I'm like, oh my god! I grabbed the shovel. I'm like trying to shovel the thing. Get out of here! Oh,
So let's say that someone wants to start getting healthy. They don't know really where to go. They need a little guidance. Do you offer something that they can come and they
I
can?
do. Yeah.
Okay, what does
So,
that look like?
um,
Where do they
I have a
find
couple
you?
different. You can go to my Instagram at your nutrition page. My link is in my bio. You can sign up for a free 30-minute consultation. In that 30 minutes, we kind of talk about what your goals are, the different services I offer, if they fit for you, kind of the expectations, what I can and I can't do. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional. I can't prescribe, I can't diagnose. Um, my goal is full body approach, full like person approach. So I want to make sure your nutrition's on point, want to make sure you got your movement, want to make sure mentally you're good, want to make sure you got the good social support system, want to make sure that you are happy, you are healthy, you are hungry, you are, there's another H, but I won't say. Um, because those are all of the things that tell you if what you're doing are working.
Right.
Um, so we'll kind of talk about that, right? And like kind of take it all and we meet you. So in my one-on-one coaching, I meet you where you're at. There is no one size fits all approach. There is no, I gotta rip everything apart and do everything from the jump, right? Like I think I talked about this last time I was on. At one point in your life, you have decided to wake up and make coffee, right? Like your morning routine, you get out of bed, you make coffee, you go to the bathroom, like you start getting ready, like whatever your routine is. At some point in your life, you made that conscious decision that that was going to be your routine and that became a habit. So now you do that without even thinking about it. So that's the goal with my coaching, right? So we were talking about hydration. If the goal is 100 ounces of water, but you're only drinking 2 glasses of water a day, I'm not going to say, okay, go straight to 100 because that's not sustainable.
Mm,
I want to build you to a point where, okay, we're getting two, let's aim for four, right? Because every habit, I call it, or goal should be broken into a point where it's doable, where like on a scale of 1 to 10, you're at like an 8, where you're like, okay, 80% of the time or more, I can do this consistently and it doesn't feel like a chore. So it needs to be easy enough to where you're like, yeah, I can do it, but it also has to be challenging enough to keep you motivated,
right.
right? So you have to find that sweet spot. And that's where it's a really, I call it like client-led coaching, right? I'm not here to preach at you. You're here to tell me what's working for you, what's not working for you, what's going on in your life right now. And then we collaboratively come up with a plan to help point you in the right direction. And truthfully, like those habits should be broken down to such a small building block that you look at me and you go, what? That's dumb. Like, how is that going to get me here? And it's because over time you have that compounding effect.
Little
So
more,
that's
little
really
more,
like,
and a little more.
that's exactly. And we think of it as like a seesaw, right? Like different stages of your life, right? Like we talk mental health. If you hit a depressive episode, I'm not expecting you to do what you were doing 5 weeks ago when you were at your peak, right? Like we're going to meet you where you're at and you're going to give yourself some grace and you're going to take the knowledge that you had and you're going to do what you can right now, right? So it's thinking of a continuum. It's all gray space. There's no black and white. There's no good or bad. It is where am I at right now? What can I do to keep me here, right? We don't want to be on the other ends.
Mm, kind of
So
level.
I did a challenge with Kacee
You
and
did.
like several other fire
And you thought you were
protection
going to win
guys.
too.
I thought it was. I didn't. I didn't. Some nights I had some alcohol. Some nights, I didn't get whatever, was in there. I missed it, and but the material that you sent out to like guide me, I
Mhm.
still use that to today. Like
That's
I would
great.
say weekly. And when I'm going to travel, like you have that travel guide of eating healthy, and I
Hmm.
travel a lot. Next week I'm gonna be in California, and I use that as like a way to stay healthy because I'm away
Yeah.
from my house. I'm going to a restaurant. It's easy to get something that's not good, and not just that, but like all the other stuff you shared. I mean, I would say I would do it all over again. I would pay double for
That's
for
great.
what I got out of it.
Yeah, so I am actually putting together, I'm going to call it a summer shred, hoping to kick it off April 1st. It's going to be a more intensive challenge, right? So when we talk about like nutrition challenges, Someone mentioned 75 hard. This is where I'm going to throw some shade. When we talk about challenges, they are typically meant to kickstart you, give you incredible results off the rip, maybe teach you some sustainable habits, but let's be honest, like in my opinion, my humble opinion, the average person can't take what they've done in 75 hard and do that for the rest of their life. Because quite frankly, like 75 days of 2 workouts a day, where's the rest? Where are you giving your body time to rest? And maybe I don't know enough about it. It's completely possible. But rest and recovery is just
So
as
important.
important as getting into the gym. 8 hours of
Yeah.
sleep, Bobby, I know you don't like to hear it. 8 hours of sleep and hydration will do more for your body composition than you would even believe. So while 75 hard is great, while the challenges I run are great and they're good to like kickstart you, they are by no means sustainable, right? So this summer shred that we're doing, it's going to run from April through, it's 90 days. So April through the end of June, I think it is. Um, it's going to be intensive, but it's by no means something to like sustain,
Mm,
right? You're going to see quick results. Again, it's meant for like a quick slim down. But it's also, hey, you know what? I just did 90 days with you. I like what you have to say. I want to keep this train rolling. Let me sign up and see how I can keep it rolling without reverting, right?
right.
Um,
Right.
and usually as
Having
part,
someone to be accountable for you
yeah.
is
That's a
And
important.
big.
quite
That is a
it's
big
so
thing.
it's really funny, right? Because I actually have a nutrition coach on my own. So I report to somebody. And it's like coaches need coaches, right? It's actually something called the Hawthorne effect. I know what I have to do. I work with my coach to set my habits of what I want to work on. I know I have to do them. But having someone there accountable, if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't do it.
Hmm,
I need that gold star, you know?
right.
Right.
We're just a bunch of giant toddlers walking around.
We are. I don't. I never give out a full gold star.
You
Not.
never give a
Yeah,
full.
only
No. Only
he
Pete.
cuts them in
Like
half.
yeah. Like an eighth. I'll give you like an eighth of a gold star, and you gotta like you gotta do something like
Yes.
extremely good for like a quarter gold star. Yeah. Like little Bobby worked with me for like 10 years, but I would also take bits of the gold star. I'd be like, hey, remember that quarter gold star I gave you last week? You just lost an eighth of it. Stupid. Give me it back.
Oh my God,
And
he
so
must be so good at
he had like
correction.
he probably had like two and a quarter gold stars after 10 years. So he did pretty good. Most anybody else has ever got.
Wow.
Oh, the
Yeah. I
sauna.
mean, so
Al's talking about the
um
sauna, and
saunas are great.
I've been thinking
Saunas are
I
awesome.
want to build. I can have a space in my garage where I could build it. I already looked up the stove. There's a stove on Amazon I can buy for like $1,000.
That's great.
Ba boom. And I'm like, I don't know, make a 2-3 person just go in that thing and cook. I don't know, like a baked chicken, like a set it and forget it, and just jump in there.
I think you have to like typically you had to season them because I looked into it too. Like you have to season them
I'll season it.
and yeah, I don't know what kind of wood it is.
Cedar.
Cedar, typically.
Cedar.
Cedar. A little
Yeah,
bench.
build it, dude.
I might. You can buy them too.
I'm
That's
definitely
what everyone's
gonna
gonna
do
say. You can
one.
just buy it and fucking.
Yeah, my next house, I'm gonna have that in my basement, 100% for
My
sure.
barn cats have a possum they hang with and they share food. It's wild to watch. Dude, get a video. I want to see it.
Oh, that's cool.
Farm
That's
products for the
awesome.
employees will keep them healthy and happy. Yo, I was gonna take ivermectin one time. I forget what. I think I was just like wicked sick. And then I've got like the ivermectin from Tractor Supply, and I just like couldn't. I was like scared once I had it. Can I actually eat it, Joe?
Ooh,
Bro, hang 6 inch and 8 inch pipe for 12 hours is all you need. I believe it.
yeah, I believe it. But still, you need to walk.
You
Yeah,
need recovery
make
too.
sure you drink 100
Yeah.
ounces of water when you're hanging that pipe up there.
Hmm.
How much 8 inch you getting up in 12 hours, kid? Pete,
Hope it's not more than 4, only to see a doctor.
come on, Pete. How many you getting up? How many feet we putting up 8 inch in one day? 12-hour day. Need a job?
Yeah.
I love the stories of like the weird animals that get along. The possum and the cat.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by that. I like that.
Let's give away a fire tech course.
Okay. Yo, Florencio.
Yeah.
Yo, chill, Florencio. Right? You can't
Yeah, forget chill,
stop
Florencio.
stacking them up. Did
Casey,
you
you got a
finish one
question
yet?
for us?
Do I gotta know the answer? I have to know the answer too.
I have a question.
You didn't
Don't.
prep. You didn't prep. I
You
like
didn't
to
give me time to prep.
I like to know the answer because I might not know the answer. I don't know everything, so then I don't know who got it right. You got it's 13 people on here. Give away a fire tech course. Florencio can't play, so that's 12.
So just to clarify, it is any fire tech online course. So
Any
any of the online courses, you can get it for
All right,
free.
boom.
hold on. I might have one. Give me 2 seconds. I just got to look it up
Perfect.
Okay, is that
Yeah,
something
because
we
I
have
know
to
this
look
one
up? Or
trips
just
people
not
up.
know?
Stand by.
yeah, no, make sure we got the correct answer so we don't look dumb.
Okay.
I like to tell them to spell Bobby one letter at a time and then watch all the B's and the O's go by. Oh shit, that's good. Florencio's good at that. I told Brian I'm saving for when I journey out. What?
Yeah. He's getting close.
You getting close, Don? I see you.
So, Brian, are you going to sign up for the summer shred?
Yeah, I can do that.
You gonna shred it down? You gonna shred it down to like 195, kid?
No, no.
No?
I like being a little thick, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I
It's,
mean
I
it's
feel good. I feel good. I'm still running, you
you're a
know?
little more
I run
dangerous when
like
we're
a
together. You might be able to protect me a little better with that extra meat.
yeah,
All right, that's
yeah. And then
fine.
also I started cutting down and my wife gave me help. She's like, "Baby, you're losing your cheeks. You gotta come up somewhere, you know?
All right.
Go back up to 225."
Yes, fire tech, Ryan. Online
All right, I
courses.
got one.
We give away one fire tech course. If you don't know, every dope and tape episode sponsored by Fire
I got
Tech,
one
we
for
give
you.
away a
Ready?
one Fire Tech episode. Yes, we're ready. Go ahead.
All right.
Anyone can answer. First one that answers correct gets the course.
We are
Gets it.
talking private fire service mains, friends. We're talking ITM.
Mm.
Mainline strainers
Oh Jesus.
shall be inspected and cleaned after each system flow exceeding that of a nominal what size orifice?
Oof.
You got the Jeopardy music going right for this one.
That's definitely a question I'll
Actually, I
be going
should.
to a
Every
book
time we
for.
ask a question, I should play some Jeopardy music. No, would that be lit?
Yeah, yeah.
You should.
You have your soundboard?
When we started lagging, I closed it. Oh no, here it is. Once it starts lagging, I just start closing shit like crazy. I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
You
You
know,
want me to
that's
repeat it?
Jeopardy.
so that is something no one said anything in the chat. I think they're all looking it up in their book, you know.
Now, keep in mind, this came out of the most current edition of 25. So if
The
you're
light
using an
gray
earlier
one.
edition, can't promise it's going to be the same. Ooh, close.
2.5. Big country. Big country wins a lot. You want some boots. 4 inch.
Where'd the Jeopardy music go, dude? They changed this. I can't find it.
You should have like saved ones,
I
like
did. I did.
favorites.
I did. Now they want me to pay for pro. So
Oh, jeez, of course.
Bastards.
Yeah.
I had it saved right here somewhere. Where the frig is it, man? 150,000 community sounds.
2 inch.
Pretty.
K-Town C. Is that right?
2 inch. It's correct. 2 inch.
Oh,
K-Town C.
trying to get the music going. So it's
Get with either me or Bobby on Instagram or LinkedIn
yeah.
or,
Get with me.
anywhere. Or dopeandtape@gmail.com. And
Add,
we'll make this happen for you.
add to my soundboard. All right, I got the Jeopardy music back. Sorry for the delay, people. That would have been a
It's
great.
all right. We figured it out.
We'll get on the next one. Now it's
So what we're trying to do with Dope and Tape is just to make our industry better, to create a community where we can all come together, we lean on each other with problems as well as, just be there for each other. Because life is hard.
Tell
Life is
Brian how
hard.
to pronounce salmon.
Yeah. Yeah. Or gel, like give you shit for that, right?
Yeah.
Gel.
Yeah, Chad just recently
Gel.
was inspecting a jail.
Yeah.
Oh, who got it? K-Town?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, K-Town, what up? DM me on Instagram some info so we can get to you. We can get it to you. Now I got the Jeopardy music just boom right there, kid. It's back.
Awesome.
It's back. I was able to add it
Great
back.
job.
They unadded it, or maybe it just wasn't on the laptop. I don't know. I'm gonna add all these sounds though.
So yeah, on Instagram at your nutrition page, Paige. If you want to talk to me about a consult, if you want to sign up for the summer shred, link is in the bio. Click that. And we'll
It's
get you
also I
started.
shared it. It's on my story about the show that we were going live.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay.
yeah, it's there. I'm gonna
And then the
screenshot
survey,
your
we're
page.
hoping once we hear if we got the all clear to present this year at one of the conventions, we will send out that link for the survey. And again, really hope that everybody can take the 10 to 15 minutes, send it to everybody they know in the industry,
Right.
and just tell them that they need them to fill it out as well. Again, you can throw your name in the hat for a raffle for a giveaway from me, a giveaway from Brian and Bobby, and just really help us out.
Please. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
14 of you. Please hit the like button on your way out.
Please subscribe.
If you're watching us on the replay, thank you so much. You can still hit the like button. We go live on Thursdays. I feel like Daryl asks me every week, like every day. He's like, "Are we going live?" I'm like, "No, we go live on Thursdays." And if we happen to not be live on Thursday, then that means we're going to be going live that following Tuesday, because Tuesday's now our makeup date and our planning date. So we go live on Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Find us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Go follow Your Nutrition Page on Instagram if you want some more info. And when the survey's out, like Kacee said, please just take a few minutes.
We'll blast it for sure.
Fill it
The
out.
survey will probably only be live for like 2 weeks. So
don't sleep
on it.
Don't sleep on it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Kacee, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
We'll be in touch.
Bye.
Everybody, Dope and